Hello everybody. I just wanted to come on and make a quick video. I actually made a longer one that was like 7 minutes and Facebook won't let me post it, so I'm gonna try to figure that out and separate it. But just wanted to talk about making sure that you are being your own advocate, or if you are going to medical appointments and things with other people, just make sure you're questioning things and paying attention to things, because there are just so many circumstances where it is very, very important. And we have learned that so much with our son. There's multiple things that have happened that I could give it, video about, but basically the biggest thing right now is, long story short, the first hospital he was at before he was transferred to U of M had an IV in his right wrist. It infiltrated. His hand had gotten very swollen and stuff. That means everything that was going through the IV went into the surrounding tissue, came out of the veins. And the IV was pulled, but then nothing was really done about it because he was moved to another hospital, and it just like nobody paid attention to it. So it wasn't elevated. It wasn't treated with heat or cold compress or anything like that. And then a few days later, I noticed a bunch of redness and swelling and stuff on there. They did a ultrasound and ended up finding 2 blood clots. But he had had a PICC line put in his upper arm a couple days after that IV. So we kind of assumed that the blood clots were related to that. But I was still concerned about the red spots, and I made comments to every single doctor I've seen, every nurse, about his arm, and everybody has continued to say that it probably wasn't from the IV, that it was probably related to the blood clots, blah, 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 blah. Here we are a month later now since he had that IV. He has been on blood thinners for 3 weeks for these blood clots. His arm is not remotely better. And it is very red and swollen and lumpy, and is all around his wrist. And I ended up finding out yesterday that the blood clot that's in his forearm is on the pinky side, not on the side where all this redness and everything is either. But in addition to that, I finally looked it up, and he was getting Rocephin, which is an antibiotic, and it says that it is an irritant, and that if that infiltrates from an IV, it can cause swelling and redness and pain and all of these things. And if it's not treated, it can lead to necrosis, which is tissue death. And so here we are, and I'm now using ACE wraps for it, and warm compress and stuff like that. But it's been ignored, honestly. I've tried to do what I can, but I've asked every doctor and every nurse, and everyone has said that it wasn't related to the IV. But I basically have established now that it has been related to that this entire time. I've clarified with everybody that it's not related to the blood clot. So it's just one of those things you want to pay attention to when yourself, your loved ones, your children, anybody who can't, talk about it on their own, like my son. He knew that his arm hurt. That's about as far as that went, but he had been poked and prodded and all of that. So anyways, that's the video for today, and I'm going to make a few more about some other things as well.